If you love knowledge, stay back and watch this video to the end. But if you love ignorance, continue to screw. What I want to teach you today will not be palatable to our African brothers and sisters who are Muslims, and I will not be surprised. We know that religion is against the truth, but that doesn't concern the truth itself. The truth must be told without bias or sentiment, and if you don't believe the truth, I implore you to research it if you doubt it. First, who is Allah? Where did the stone come from that the Muslims they kiss during pilgrimage in Mecca? Before looking into this God that has one of the largest number of followers in history, I must state it here that 90% of everything that will be said are historically recorded facts, while the rest are grouped under conspiracy theories. But I know that religion will not allow the religious to look beyond religious dogmas and indoctrination. A religion that tells you it is a religion of peace, but in reality exhibit violence, is a religion of hypocrisy. As an African Muslim, did you know that before Muhammad was born, that is before the existence of Islam, the Arabs had Arabic paganism, which from the mainstream perspective simply means the worshipping of idols or gods. Are you aware? In Mecca, there is a place called the Kaaba or shrine. Inside the Kaaba shrine, there were 360 idols or gods that the Arab pagan worshippers were worshipping. This was before Muhammad and Islam. Among these 360 gods or idols, Allah is believed to be among and was symbolized as the moon god. Now, I know some Muslims will argue that the Arabic name for God is Allah. It is true that the Arabic name for God is Allah. But during this time when the Arab pagan worshippers were worshipping in the Kaaba shrine, Allah was a god among the 360 idols in the shrine, and Allah was represented as the moon god, and he was among the 360 idols in the Kaaba shrine. Around 610 AD, Prophet Muhammad started his preaching and teaching of a one true God after he claimed to have been visited in the cave by the angel Jibril or Gabriel to go into the world and preach the words of Allah. The prophet went to his hometown Mecca to spread the words of Allah, but his people refused to accept his new belief. You know, scholars have argued that his people do not agree with him for saying that Allah is the one true God, when in fact they had other top gods in the Kaaba shrine before Allah. The truth is that Muhammad was trying to introduce the concept of monotheism, a concept that was first introduced by an Egyptian pharaoh in the 18th dynasty named Akhenaten. And what is monotheism? Monotheism is the belief in one God. This was what Prophet Muhammad was trying to introduce to his people. But his people are used to polytheism, which is the belief in many gods, and they believed in 360 idols in the Kaaba shrine. Now, they saw the actions of the prophet as blasphemy, and Muhammad fled to Medina, which was dominated by the Jews, and it was these same Jews who welcomed him with open hands. There in Medina, the prophet was able to gather followers, coupled with his new political position in the society. The prophet then marched towards Mecca, established the first Jihad, and made Mecca the headquarters of Islam. Now, some scholars believe that this Jihad paved the way for other Jihad in Islam. All other gods or idols in the Kaaba shrine were destroyed, and Allah became the one and only true God. This shrine or Kaaba is the stone that is kissed by all Muslims going for pilgrimage in Mecca. The shrine was Islamized from its pagan form to an Islamic form, where Allah is recognized as the only true God. Now, after the Prophet conquered Mecca, he was able to conquer other places. The Jews who refused to be Muslims were forced to pay tax if they want to live in Islamic states controlled by the prophets. These were the same Jews who accepted Prophet Muhammad when he fled from Medina because he was trying to introduce monotheism to his people. These same Jews were the people he forced to pay tax if they don't want to accept Islam and accept his teaching. Now, there is a conspiracy theory out there that the prophet had personal assassins who assassinated anyone who speak ill of him. In fact, the English word assassin is purely of Arabic origin. It was originally called Hashashin, which in Latin is called Assassinus, meaning smokers of hemp. This was taken or smoked by Muslims during the 7th century AD in order to receive enough energy to fight for Allah by killing non-Muslims and pagans. This was why when Boko Haram terrorists in Nigeria kill and slaughter innocent pregnant women, they do it as if they have no conscience. The spread of Islam was made faster, not through peaceful evangelism, but through jihad, just as Christianity through bloody inquisition. For instance, an Arab woman named Asma Yazid, who had composed a poem to ridicule people who follow Prophet Muhammad for his bloody jihad, was assassinated by one of Muhammad's boys named Umar Ibn. The poor woman was stabbed to death in her sleep for insulting the great prophet. Get the book, The Untold History of the Black Race. It is in volume 1 and volume 2. A copy is 10,000 naira. And if you're interested, you can send a message to my inbox right now if you're ready to buy. We are in the age of knowing, the age of awakening. Get this book to know more. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Ebenezer Heru. Follow me on Instagram at Ebenezer Heru.